Student films are important because these are filmmakers in the beginning stages of their career, and they are unsanctioned by having to have a certain person on screen or having to make a certain budget. So they really get to use all the creativity and stuff they want to make whatever they want. Also, it's important to see how people at the lowest level can make the biggest impact and difference.
So what kind of inspired me to make Clifton was I do concert photography outside of school, and I've spent about close to 3 years with some of the local bands down in Cincinnati, and I've just kind of watched them grow. And I think it's something that's just not rivaled anywhere else, so I kind of wanted to showcase that to a different audience of people who may not get to see that.
I created The Sweet Science. It was important to me because for me, martial arts became an outlet, especially with growing up around worse outlets. I found that it helped save me a lot. So with other people, I hope they can find that message and see how much the coaches do.
So the piece is about comic book stores. We went to 4 different comic book stores in Dayton, talked to them about COVID, talked to them about the changes in demographics, and sort of took a temperature of the industry. And I guess inspiration came from being a lifelong comic book fan and seeing how popular superheroes are on the big screen, but not necessarily people reading them anymore. So I kind of wanted to see how the owners of these stores felt about that. And it's also a very visual thing, right? If you've been to a comic book store, have you ever been to one? You've been to one, okay, but even still, you walk in, it's colors everywhere, right? It's a very visual thing in and of itself. So I don't know, begged to be put on film, right?
It was a hobby of mine, looking for Native American artifacts. My dad got me started on it when I was younger. We would go out and plow farm fields. We get permission from farmers, and we'd go look for Native American artifacts in plowed farm fields. You can just pick up, if you know what you're looking for, you can just find Native American artifacts. And doing that the history element of being able to pick up a rock that was made by a Native American thousands and thousands of years ago, just that feeling and knowing you're preserving a bit of history is what inspired me to make it. I wanted to share that with everybody else. So.
One of the biggest things I learned from creating this documentary is to not give up, keep trying and trying until you can get the answers that you need, and have fun. I had a lot of fun making this doc, and that's memories I'll take with me. So.
Last question for you. What is the biggest thing you learned from creating your documentary?
Working together and just trusting the people you work with. It can be hard. I always enjoyed writing, and I used to be an English major, and that's something you do totally by yourself. I mean, until it gets edited and whatever. But for the most part, that's a solo job. And so early on, I want to do everything. I want to do the camera, I want to do the sound, I want to direct, I want to produce, I want to do everything. But you can't, and you're also probably not the best person for most of those jobs. You probably are really only good for one of them, maybe 2 of them. You might be if you're a 2-way player. But yeah. So and I think that's another thing with students is everybody's really willing to work together and help each other. It's very, everybody's in the same boat. Whatever led anybody to be in this position, we all wound up at Wright State at the same time. So pretty cool.